Over the years, our riding can largely be defined by two main factors. Firstly, the type of bike that we choose, and secondly, the area we choose to ride in. This is my story of moving from road-focused high-performance sports bikes to all-terrain, unsurfaced road riding of adventure bikes. So strap yourselves in, grab yourself a brew, and come with me on this week's upload. Let's roll VT.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, 'cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure?
I've always had a passion for sports bikes. I love their sound, I love the engineering, I love the precision. I also loved the idea of trying to tame a racing thoroughbred.
Once you're up onto the limestone pavement, you can see how barren and open this part of the world actually is. And for me, that's one of the big attractions of riding where we do, because you know, it's so uncluttered. Yes, you've got to respect it, but when you got roads as challenging as this and scenery as beautiful as that, I've got to ask, what biker could possibly want more? And there we are, the top of Buttertubs, the famous Yorkshire Dales limestone plateau. Now we are just on our way over between the Yorkshire Dales and the North Pennines, that I just wanted to share this with you because whilst it's not necessarily the best biking road, mostly because the condition of the road been lumpy bumpy and covered in sheep, but this is very typical of what the Pennines can offer you in terms of just outright stunning scenery, and I just had to share this with you guys. Back a little bit, enjoy this ride. This is the bit where it gets really nice once you pass this what am I on about? Once you pass this white barn, you'll see the nature of the road changes. It just flows with the natural topography of the land. But again, if you keep your eye on
Living in the north of England, we're unduly blessed with wide open spaces. We're surrounded by natural beauty, a vast area to call our playground. More often than not, I found myself riding through spectacular scenery, but with my eyes cast deep into the hills and the unsurfaced roads that could take me there. In truth, I had an itch that needed scratching. I also found that my riding was more akin to touring than sports bike blasting. So for many months, I battled with the idea of selling the R1 and moving across to the adventure bikes. But I just couldn't part with the R1. I simply loved it too much.
Down towards Penrith, generally speaking, bit of patch of oil there, I much prefer riding this road on the way up.
That said, there were two significant events that happened in 2018 and early 2019 that cemented the decision for me. One was taking the R1 on a track day I did at my local race circuit, which was Croft. During that time on the race circuit, I saw exactly where the R1 belonged. And that showed me that it most definitely wasn't on the roads, but it was indeed on the track.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for joining me. Very special day today. We're down in York. We're at A1 Motor Triumph, and they've very kindly loaned me this 1200 XRT Triumph. And this is the one we'll be test riding today. So without further ado, let's jump on this bike and you can join me when we're a little way into this ride. Oh, hello everybody and welcome to this Biking Buddies ride review video. This is one that I have long been waiting to do and only just recently managed to get it together. You will see sat in the lay-by here is the Triumph Tiger Explorer. This version is the 1200 XRT version. So we're going to head down to a little village now in a secret location where hopefully we'll get some off-road footage of this bike, because let's face it, that's what these are designed for.
Then, in 2019, I finally got to test ride a Triumph Tiger 1200. A huge lump of a bike, quarter of a ton to be exact, compared to the very nimble 160 kilos and 175 brake horsepower ram air induction of the R1. A huge deficit in performance, but I just knew I was exactly where I needed to be on exactly the type of bike I wanted to ride.
A bike like this, or ordinarily for somebody like me, but the reason that I am looking to change the R1 up from the R1 to an adventure bike like this, thank you, to an adventure bike like this is purely to do green lanes along this fin. But I have got to say that the ride is phenomenally comfortable. No squirreling, I can feel the traction control, just dealing with the off-roadness, and you've got to bear in mind guys that this is on full tarmac tyres as well. So yeah, this is why I want one of these bikes, because it will just allow you to get into areas like this where clearly you can't come on an R1. Now, I've got to say, you know, this bike is soaking up this road, the ruts and bumps, incredibly well. So here we have it, the wilds of the North Yorkshire Moors on one of the many green lanes, and we have the Triumph Tiger Explorer 1200 XRT exactly where it was meant to be. This is what it was designed to do, and for me, I have absolutely loved this test ride. Would I buy one? Well, yes, very clearly I would. I am looking to change the R1 towards the latter part of the summer, as you guys well know. And would I consider one of these? Hell yeah, I certainly would, without shadow of a doubt. It is such a capable machine, such a comfortable machine, and very definitely one today that I will not forget this for a very long time, that is for sure. So the nice thing about, as I've always said really, adventure bikes is you can do this type of thing relatively easy, but it enables you to get into some of the more inaccessible areas across the northeast. There we are, we've lost a little bit of the gradient and just picked up a little bit of smoothness on the path. But yeah, as I was saying, it enables you to get into some of the more remote areas. The scenery is utterly staggering, as you can see, and I really do enjoy this kind of riding. So this sees us at the start of our track. This is this is one of the couple of gates that we go through. Let's just have a quick look around, just incidentally. Look at how amazingly beautiful this place is. And yeah, I bought the adventure bike to get me off-road, but as I was saying on that gravel track over Danby Beacons Way, which is kind of over there-ish, yeah, it just having the ability to get into this type of area, you'd never dream of this on a sports bike, obviously, of course you wouldn't, but I mean, just look around us. Why would you not want to do this? The track itself, as we can see, is not particularly demanding, incredibly inviting, incredibly enticing, so that's where we're going to head off, and we're going right up over to the top, pretty much to one of the higher parts of the national park, certainly on the west side anyway, or the east side, sorry. Yeah, absolutely incredible day.
I started to dabble in riding the local unsurfaced roads that I knew about, but I also knew that there were many more that I wasn't aware of. I'd always pledged to take part in some form of annual post-test rider training or rider enhancement year on year. This has ranged from police observed riding to a knee-down course, so riding the unsurfaced road network, in my mind, there was no difference. So that's why I enrolled with Triumph on their off-road training courses, level 1, 2 and 3, in the village with the unpronounceable name, down on the south side of Wales.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is a big one today. It's a huge one for me, in fact. I am down in Wales, just above Swansea, doing the level 3 Triumph adventure training. It's huge because it's a big event anyway, but it's also huge because I've done the level 1, the level 2, and I'm now going to cap it off and do the level 3.
But it's knowing where you need to, where your weak spots are, and that's really what these courses are all about, is forcing you to do things that you're uncomfortable with, but in a very controlled environment, and that is good indeed. So Gary's the tree now, and this is the instant left. Left, alright, he's a bugger with this. It makes you crawl the bike. Which way?
Well done, Paul. Well done.
Oh, that was tough.
Good, well done.
That is a difficult exercise, that one. Okay, so the purpose of this exercise, now we've done that slow, tight manoeuvres, is exactly that, but out on the trails. So we're looking at tight entries in, tight exits out, momentum, control, kind of rolling it all into one really. And that's what's very, very good about the Triumph course, and any course I guess, but I certainly like the instructors, the instruction, the level on the Triumph course. It's all very modular. You do need to give a little bit of room to the bike in front, as we saw there. Just, you know, if I stall or somebody else stalls. And then you don't want to find yourself in a compromised position either, so yeah, all good fun though. So we went in here somewhere. Where did we go in? Oh, there. And this is only morning one of day one. Absolutely loving this. So I think this is where we go back into some of the tighter stuff and some of the ruts. Here we go. Excellent stuff. So bike stuck in front. But you don't get peppered here behind the visor. And he's away. I can live with that. Now, straight into the tree. Dear me. I was just about to say, now unlike the TRF, that we only do legal trails, this is all private forest. Just collected a tree.
With Triumph having completed level 1 in 2022, level 2 in 23 and level 3 in 2024, I decided through that period that I needed local knowledge and support in my own area, so I joined the TRF, the Trail Riders Fellowship. Triumph at the end of level 1 advised me that I should wait a year between courses if I had the ability to get out and put into practice what had been shown at each of the levels. This turned out to be very sound advice indeed.
That is just above tick over 1500 RPM. Wow, such a torquey motor, this 900. And if we spin you around, just have a look behind us there. This is Scarhouse Reservoir down to our left hand side with the dam wall. So let's jump on the bike and get down this descent, and we'll see you at the bottom.
Through the North Yorkshire TRF, I started to take part in the monthly social rides, and before I knew it, I was hooked. My trail riding knowledge was starting to expand, as did my confidence riding the bike on the unsurfaced roads. I now regularly lead the adventure bike sector for our local TRF on the monthly social rides, as well as some of the events that we put out on a national platform, arguably championing the ever-growing adventure bike sector.
So I'm going to have a little look at a couple of lanes, this being one of them, and the beautiful Colden Mill, and just get the feeling that on a day like today, with the sunshine wrapped around us, this is going to look absolutely fantastic. And you pop out here just onto the shoulder of this escarpment, and whilst I get the gate, it is just such an unbelievably pretty place. We've got this astronomical view ahead of us all the way over to the west side and pointing north, and then we head our way down towards Colden Mill. You got to stay there, Gace? You are now in the deep grass. It is an absolutely fantastic day, as you can see, and what better way to enjoy the day than get out on the old bike. So we'll get her through and we'll get this gate. So I am riding today my nemesis, which is ruts, and hopefully, just because the ground is a little drier, we might just be that little bit okay. What an amazing place. I've got this incredible drop off to my left hand side here, just as I work my way along. And when it's dry today, the bike certainly feels like it grips a lot more, obviously, because predominantly we're riding on peat and grass, little bits of heather tucked in there as well. Oh, it's just beautiful. You can relax that little bit more, the bike's gripping. But yeah, this is an incredible part of the world.
So that's my story, from sports bike to adventure bike. The road I took and some of the benefits that it's given me. So here's a little roundup that I filmed earlier this year after a weekend in Wales. And for me, this really epitomises everything that the adventure bike can give you, the rider.
So yes, we're working our way back now. We were just having a chat there, just a 10-minute breather before the final 10 minutes worth of road section back to Dalgethley and Motorcamp Wales. These ADV bikes, you know, there's a lot to be said for them and there's a lot to be said against them. We ask them to do immeasurable things in terms of distance and longevity, reliability, etc. We also ask them and put them through some fairly tough trails, and when I say tough, that is a relative term, of course. I totally accept that. If you're an enduro rider watching these videos, you're probably scoffing at everything that I've struggled over, but that said, you know, roads like Tarmac Hill, etc., Zigzag Lane, to name but a few, and everything else in between, we ask these bikes to do those, deliver those, and run absolutely faultlessly. We then get back to our base, as it were, and I'm going to ask this bike then to travel the motorway for the next 4 to 5 hours, and I will expect it to do that impeccably and faultlessly. So yes, the ADV bike, it's a big old heavy lump to be hustling through the trails for sure, and on a day-to-day average kind of weekend, would I prefer something smaller and lighter? Well, yes, most likely probably I would. But do I love the versatility that the ADV bike gives you? Absolutely, 1000%. This has been front wheel deep in water, it's been down some rocky gnarly single track, dual tracks, it's been up some rocky gnarly single track, dual track, and it's done it all well within its own capabilities, and most of the time outside of mine. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage there, and I also hope you enjoyed this video. There certainly is a lot to think about if you're wanting to venture onto the dirty stuff and get yourself off-road. Personally, I would highly recommend it. It is by far the best thing that I've done. The things that we like about motorcycling, the open road, the freedom, that sense of freedom, increasingly so I think you find, or certainly I found, that the road networks are just too choked up now, they're just too busy. But here out on the trails, I'm having an absolutely fantastic time. I'm flying solo, I've got a nice steady space to the ride, and look at this for a view. You just don't get this type of thing when you are road riding. So yes, I would actively encourage anybody thinking about doing a little bit of trail riding to get yourself joined with the Trail Riders Fellowship. There's a lot worse things that you can do with 50 quid. So, as I enjoy this incredible tumble off the top of Rudland Rig down to the farmstead at the bottom, Bankfoot Farm, I'm going to thank you very much for your company as always, guys. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. It does do wonders for the YouTube channel. Those algorithms, wow, look at that view. Never ever get tired of that one. Yes, it does wonders for the channel. So guys, as I tumble off the top then, ride safe folks, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, enjoy your ride, keep it safe, and we will see you for the next one. I am very sure indeed. Thank you folks, bye now, bye.